guys, welcome to Sportsballogy. I'm Joey.
I'm Chris.
And today on Sportsballogy, Florida State gets snubbed from the college football playoff. The Yankees make some pretty interesting trades. Ohtani signs with the Dodgers.
We're also going to be talking with Abby Herndon, who is committed to going to Ole Miss for be their softball pitcher next year. And we're playing another Pictionary game since that was such a hit last time.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
And Randy's going to show up at some point and talk wife carrying?
Yeah.
Whatever in the world that means. But we're going to start off with today's sports stories. And these are interesting, and I'm really excited to talk about them. Mainly because some of them have controversy. Other ones, maybe not so controversy, but have a lot of money involved. So it's going to be interesting. So let's start with Florida State gets snubbed from the college football playoff. So Florida State enjoyed an absolutely awesome 2023 season. They went undefeated for the third time in program history. Their last two wins, however, came without their star quarterback, Jordan Travis, who is a god on the football field. I mean, that dude can ball. And he broke his leg against North Alabama in November 18th, and that ended his season. And so his season was done. And after that, Florida State still came back. They won the last set of their games, and then they ended up winning the conference championship, right?
Okay.
Which is like the game before the playoffs, right? Like that's your biggest game in your league is your conference championship.
Right.
And so they ended up winning that game. And then the college football playoff committee, so they have a bunch of guys in a boardroom who vote on who they think the four best teams are. And for the first time ever, they left Florida State and them being a undefeated conference champion for the first time out of the college football playoff.
Let me time out there.
Yeah.
Just because I want to rephrase what you said to make sure I got it right. So, Florida
State. That's going to be one of those Michigan, Ohio State things.
Oh, yeah. I love that picture a lot.
Yeah, that is true. That is one of my favorites, yeah.
So, Florida State, which I will henceforth refer to as Florida.
Why? Because I corrected you?
No, just because it pisses them off.
Oh, that's true.
I am a hater. We know this.
Yeah, yeah.
So what you're telling me, though, is that they were undefeated, but then a bunch of suits and some backroom deal decided that they are not good enough to be one of the top four teams?
That is correct, yes.
Who won? Like, what was the record of the next best team?
12-1.
Were the rest of them 12-1?
So it was Washington, who was undefeated conference champion. Okay. Then after that, no, it was Michigan, then Washington. So Michigan, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'm a hater, yes.
Yeah, so they're number one. They undefeated conference champion, right? Then it was Washington, also undefeated conference champion.
Okay.
Then it was Texas, who did win their conference but isn't undefeated. They have one loss. And then it was Alabama, who beat the number one team the week before, which was Georgia, who got the number 4 spot.
Are these all in the same conference?
All in the same league, not in the same conference.
Okay, I see. So these 4 suits chose a conference winner, essentially, for each of the 4 conference in that league?
Yeah, so there's 5 they call them the Power 5 conferences, right? Okay. So inherently, when they created this playoff format with 4 teams, at some point they were going to run into a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Just inherently. And I'm stunned they haven't run into a problem yet. Because this thing has been around since 2014. So it's been around for a while. And this is the first time that an undefeated conference champion has not been in the playoff.
And so what criteria do they use for that? Do they like, well, they're undefeated, but they're on their third string quarterback, so we're not going to pick them?
Yep, that is literally what they did. Yes.
Did the third string quarterback have any wins under his belt?
He ended up winning the conference championship, so he had 1.
Those suits are dicks.
Yes, they absolutely are.
Like, I could understand if he hadn't had a single win or anything. He obviously proved himself in what should be the hardest game of that conference, right?
Yeah, exactly. Your conference champion.
Oh my God, Suits ruin everything.
Yeah, they really do. And so the thing for me is like, even if your quarterback gets hurt, the rest of the team still allowed you to go 13-0.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's a team sport. It's not like the quarterback is the end all be all. Yeah.
Right. And the part that got me was everybody was talking about the strength of schedule, right? And that's why Florida State got left off, because their strength of schedule, or the teams that they played throughout the year, weren't that great. And candidly, they weren't. They played a kind of a relatively soft schedule.
But is that Florida's fault? Did they pick who they play?
Not always.
That implies that they do sometimes.
So yeah, you pick like 3 games a year, like that you pick.
Okay.
Right. The rest of them are based off of what conference you're in. Okay. Right. And so, but even then, the teams that Florida State picked, were 2 SEC teams who are like, stereotypically, those are the creme de la creme, right? That's the best conference out there.
And they beat them?
And they beat both of them.
Okay.
And they didn't just beat them, they whooped them.
Okay.
Both times. Because they played Florida, and they beat them. And then they played LSU and absolutely stomped on them. Okay. And we're not going to talk about it, which I kind of wanted to, but they didn't pick until literally 8:00 last night, and there was no way in heck that I was adding it to this episode. Okay. But LSU has the best player in the entire NCAA, by definition now, because he won the Heisman Award, which is given to the best player in all of college football. And they still got left out of the playoffs.
Did the Suits give any other explanation other than what I said about them having a rookie third-string quarterback?
Not really. They essentially just said that they felt like they picked the best 4 teams.
So I guess one of my questions about them is their selection criteria. Are they also trying to pick teams that they think would have like the best spectacle of a game?
Well, yeah, and that's part of it.
Because I can see that. I mean, I still don't like it, and that's probably the part of sports that I hate the most. Like, screw you, Dana White. You're the worst thing that ever happened in the UFC. I will fight you. That's the type of stuff that I hate about sports, though. It's like, oh, you guys are undefeated, but we'd make more ticket sales on these guys, so piss off.
Well, and
that's exactly what I'm hearing from this.
Yeah, and so that's essentially what happened. And that's technically not like what's supposed to happen, because it's not in the actual criteria, but that's exactly what happened here. Yeah. Is they said, well, Alabama gets more views. And so we're going to put Alabama in there because why not? Yeah. And the thing like that I got the most frustrated with is that they put Alabama in there because they beat Georgia, right? Right. But Alabama has, their strength of schedule was about as hard as Florida State's. And the team above them, Georgia, that they ended up beating, had gone on an absolutely absurd streak. My dyslexia is probably screwing up the number, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But it was like 26 or 28 games in a row that they had won. And they lose by 3 to Alabama. And if you put Georgia in there, I sort of kind of get it. Yeah. But you put in Alabama, who barely won, I think it was 4 games that they won by 1 score or less. And Georgia blew out everybody except for Alabama. And they didn't even put in Georgia. Okay. So it's one of those things where there was 6 teams that they could have picked, but obviously you should pick the undefeated teams first. Those should be guaranteed. Yeah. And it wasn't. And that was the part that made me frustrated. All right, let's move on. Because otherwise we're just going to debate back and forth as to why suits are terrible.
I'm going to get mad at Dana White all over again.
Yeah. All right. So the New York Yankees, a team that is, they're my American League team favorite. Obviously, I'm a Cubs fan first, but I do love the Yankees as well. I got to see them play in Cincinnati this year, which was pretty cool. So I was very excited when the New York Yankees went out and got Juan Soto, who is one of my all-time favorite players, and Alex Verdugo. Kind of not as much of an excitement as Juan Soto, but still, regardless, But yeah, on Tuesday, for the second time since 2020, the New York Yankees and Boston Red Sox made a trade. Boston sent Alex Verdugo over to the Yankees. The Red Sox have had a lot of issues with Alex Verdugo and his behavior, which is why they were trying to offload him.
Off the field behavior?
Both, off the field and on the field. And so the Yankees traded away some surplus pitching and instead got an outfielder, which they needed really badly. And then the Yankees made their second major deal of the offseason, getting Juan Soto from the Padres, which I honestly did not see coming. I thought he was going to go somewhere else. I'm really happy that the Yankees got him because, again, he's one of my favorite players. Wears my number that I wore in high school.
Yeah, I don't think the Yankees have nearly as many advantages as they should.
I feel like the Yankees are...
I think they have too many advantages. They have too much money.
They have a lot of money, and the luxury tax helps that, but we're going to talk more about money and the one team that's worse. Well, there's two teams that are worse now because we talked about the Mets in episode 1.
I don't know. Oh,
one of the earlier episodes, they're up there now too, but the Dodgers are even worse, and you'll see why here in a minute. But yeah, so just the fact that they got their outfield shored up now. So you have Aaron Judge, you have Alex Verdugo, and you have Juan Soto. You also have Giancarlo Stanton, who was already on there, as well as Esteban Florial and Oswaldo Cabrera. I don't know, because it's kind of crowded now, because now you have 5 players for, 5 or 6 players for 3 spots.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. But the interesting stat part of this that I think that you would think is interesting, once we, kind of explain it, was so going off Baseball References calculations, Juan Soto has averaged about a 4.8 WAR per 162 games in his career.
Timeout.
Yep.
What's WAR?
WAR is wins above replacement. So your average player, right?
Okay.
They, if you add all of their stats together in this magical math formula, you get one number. And that one number is called WAR. And that is your wins above replacement. So your average replacement player. So the average of all of the major leagues.
He's got a 4.8 WAR, which means that his replacement has let's say his is 14.8, his replacement is 10.
So it would be, he gives you 4.8 more wins than the average major league outfielder. So on average, he's going to bring your team about 5 more wins than what you would get without him.
Right, but how do they calculate that?
It's a lot of math and mumbo jumbo. Like, it's really complicated to get that number.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Because that's like putting so much thought. Like, this outfielder makes you win 5 more games. Like, nothing against outfielders, because I like picking daisies too. But that's all the action happens in pitcher and catcher mainly. So I'm just wondering what weight they give to an outfielder.
Well, a lot of it comes from the hitting side. Juan Soto is an incredible hitter.
Okay, that makes more sense. I didn't even think about that. Okay.
Yeah. So, we have a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
They calculate his games based on literally all his games, accuracy and all of that, lack of errors as well. Yes. So that is correct. Yeah. So fielding, when the ball is hit to him, how often does he make that play? Right?
And I get that. I was wanting more of the nitty gritty, but if it's going to be a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. I mean, it really is a lot of that, because they take literally all of his stats, right? And they compare it to what is classified as the average, right?
Okay.
And so if you have this player, he's going to give you this many more wins over a certain other player. Right.
Okay.
So in that case, Soto had about a 4.8. Verdugo was a 2.1 WAR, which means that you could see this as the Yankees adding roughly 7 wins to the Yankees total just off of 2 players.
Okay.
So the Yankees, they were about 500 last year. I think they were 90 and 86 or something like that.
Okay.
And so having those 7 wins, I mean, you're talking 97 wins now. That's clearly a playoff team.
Right.
So that's important for the Yankees if they're trying to compete.
Okay.
So super important trade. I'm really excited about it because Juan Soto is a great player, and I think he'll fit really well in New York. The question is he's really only played in like places that there's not like a whole lot of media attention.
Yeah.
In New York, there is a crap load of media attention.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how he handles that part. But, who knows? Moving on. In this part, I'm really excited to see your reaction.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani.
It's probably gonna have to do with money.
Yep. Shohei Ohtani finally took what felt like half a daggum century, finally signed a contract. He is heading from the Los Angeles Angels to the Los Angeles Dodgers. He signed a 10-year, $700 million deal. That is so much money. Oh, my God.
He signed a deal
Yep.
that's worth, per year, what most people's contracts are worth. More than what most people's are contract if we're going to do an average.
Yeah, if you do the average contract, yeah.
I'm talking bench warmers and all of it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Not just your starters. I'm talking about everybody. Like $70 million a year.
Yep.
For half a year.
Well, 162 games. That's a little bit more than, half. That's
okay, no, I get it. But he's still, like, as far as the performance that he's rated on is about half of the year. I know that he's working for the other half to keep that up, so it's not like he takes off half the year and then comes back. But $70 million is so much money.
That is a lot of money.
You know what? I'm going to look up and see how much our Civic Center costs.
More than that, I guarantee it. Just for another fun fact for you, so their next biggest player on the Dodgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Mookie Betts, right? If you add his contract plus Shohei's contract, and you put them together, and they are worth more than the entire Miami Marlins baseball team. Like the entire team. Like they could put all of their money together and buy the Miami Marlins. Like that's how much money we're talking about. They could buy a professional baseball team.
These two people should just buy all the other teams that we didn't beat them.
So while you're still finding the deals on that,
okay, here we go.
Oh, okay, all right.
Here we go.
All right.
If we're talking about in 2022 dollars,
yep,
$101 million.
This
dude got paid almost as much as our Civic Center cost. He got paid 70% of what our Civic Center cost for a year.
Yep, 1 year.
A year.
1 year.
Yeah, this dude is going to be worth like 5 times as much as our Civic Center here in our hometown.
Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely absurd how
what
much.
What happens when they go to buy out his contract?
Well, so here's the thing, right? So, the deal includes a lot of deferrals, and they haven't released exactly what those are yet.
Okay.
But essentially, what that means is that in order to stay under the luxury tax, which is essentially the baseball version of salary cap, so they're going to take a chunk of his contract and defer it until he's done playing. So they're not going to pay it until he's done.
I've heard of that with other. Okay.
Yeah. The biggest, the most famous one is Bobby Bonilla, who played for the Mets many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And was getting paid. I think it was I can't remember the exact dollar amount. It was like $3.7 million or something along those lines. It wasn't it was a lot, but it wasn't like a ton. And had a bunch of contract deferrals and was able to get paid that until 2027.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that way back when. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. Like the Yankees, it works out in their favor because all they have to do is put that money in like a high interest yield, and they can just pay this dude off the interest of that $700 million, and not really.
Yeah. So
I hate money in sports, man.
I do. Yeah. I mean, it is, but for the record, honestly, if we're talking baseball money, and if we compare to other baseball players that are kind of like him, so the biggest reason that they did it was because he is the modern day Babe Ruth. Because not only does he hit, my man's pitches, and he pitches really good.
So. I mean, it kind of comes down to what I'm thinking is that they bought him because they're expecting him to drive ticket sales.
Yes. Well, and jersey sales and, things of that nature. But yeah, I mean, he's insane. He hits I can't remember what year it was, but there was like 1 year where he it was literally last season. Shohei Ohtani hit for a 304 batting average, led the American League in home runs with 44. I mean, like, it's insane. In his 700 games that he has played, he's hit 171 homers and 437 RBIs. Like,
okay.
Hitting wise, absurd. Pitching wise, almost better, because when he's on the mound, Ohtani has posted a 38-19 record with an ERA of 3.01 and 608 strikeouts.
Damn.
So that statistically makes him one of the top 5 pitchers in the league on average. And statistically hitting wise, literally last year was the number 1 hitter. So he's a top 5 pitcher and a number 1 hitter that you are paying for in one go.
Right.
So the best hitter in baseball is Mike Trout, makes roughly $500 million throughout the total of his contract.
Okay.
The best pitcher, who we've already talked about, you could argue. In history, yeah, that's fair. But they make on average about $300-ish million, right?
Okay, so I guess that maths out.
Yeah, so mathing out wise, you're paying essentially the $200 million for the pitching, and you're paying $500 million for the hitting.
Yeah.
And by golly, he deserves it. I mean, he is absolutely just one of the most insane players I have ever watched play.
Yeah.
Like, he is a absolute monster when it comes to hitting. And pitching. My God, he's just a good player. Anyways, we're going to take a brief break. When we get back, Randy will be coming out and explaining what in the world wife carrying is and why in the world it's written on our sheet. This is just odd. This is by far the oddest of all of his odd sports.
I don't know. Well, we'll see. Extreme ironing was pretty odd.
That was pretty weird.
Bungee jumping with an ironing
board.
Oh,
God. All right. We'll be back. Oh, Lord.
Play us out, Randy.
Will virus knock you out this winter? Will your sacroiliac snap out of place in the spring? Will you need sudden surgery?
Hi, guys. It's Chris, Joey, and Randy with Sportsballogy. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I have money and nothing to throw it at? How about, I'm really tired of owning 15 yachts? Well, how about you put that money to good use and sponsor your own sportsbologist today? For only insert amount here, you can help protect our sportsbologists from becoming even more ignorant about what goes on in the world of sports. From basketball, baseball, football, or any balls for that matter, you can make a difference today. Take it away, Chris.
Thanks, Joey. Sports blindness is a serious affliction, but for the same cost as just cups of coffee, you can sponsor a sportsbologist today. We'll send you a brochure with their birthday and other fun facts while you watch them learn and grow. Look at this puppy. Look at this little kitty. Won't you sponsor a sportsbologist today?
And while you moan at home or in the
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, how are
Hi,
you?
everybody.
Welcome back to Sportsballogy.
Welcome back. Oh, as the editor, I will tell you, oh man, getting the weight off of my shoulders and being able to present after carrying y'all's humor the whole way. I don't even. No, I'm just being rude. Obviously, I work with talented people.
Toad, bro.
I'm a horrible person, Chris and Joe. I'm just messing with y'all. Y'all know it's all love. Now, we got to get into the wonderful sport of wife carrying. You're probably wondering to yourself, what is wife carrying?
Yeah,
Yes.
very much.
Very much so, yes.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh, I have all the answers for you. What a coincidence.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Well, I gotta tell you right now, this is as straightforward as you can possibly get. Like wife carrying is exactly what you think it is. It is.
All right, hold on. Let me tell you exactly what I think it is.
Time out.
Okay, yeah, actually, no, I'm in. Oh, hold on, time out. All right, what do you think it is?
You pick someone's wife and carry them away.
No. Okay. Maybe there is a little more explanation than I was expecting, but
probably have a couple of watch lists.
No.
it's FBI time, baby. No,
Sirens up here outside?
Yeah,
it's actually quite the opposite. So wife carrying is you take your own wife, right? If you're married, and I'm a non-judgment person, and neither is this race. It's something I actually really liked about it. But you know, you're married, you got your wife, you strap your wife over your shoulders, and you take a race, and it's you and another couple who are racing against each other to see who can carry the other your wife faster, basically.
Holy crap.
Dude, one of my friends had a broken leg, and I was carrying her up to my apartment, up 3 stairs. I don't think I could do the sport.
It's
No.
much tougher than it sounds. No, for the record, people were collapsing like all the time. It's definitely not easy, you know? So it always kind of just comes down to who is the manliest man or person who's got all the macho. Who's yeah.
That has a quadruple amputee. She's gonna be way lighter to carry.
I will say this. Something I noticed as I was watching is wife weight didn't make as much of a difference as I thought it would. It always came down to like the build of the husband or the person. You know, whoever's married with their wife, it always came down to that build for sure. The size of the wife kind of, of course, there were like 100-pounders versus 200, and that's a whole like thing, but it wasn't very regulated either. You know,
Well, there's no worldwide wife carrying.
no, there is actually. That's
my
the
God.
funny part.
No,
That's why I can
no,
count this
oh
legally.
God.
So
What,
it's
dude, I'm gonna ruin
European,
everything.
but there is a national wife carrying bureau who holds this event every year in a different country in the EU. I know a lot of my weird sports have come out of Europe, and like that's just because they seem to know what's going on with my segment. I'll just leave it at that.
How do you introduce yourself in your job?
I am a professional wife carrier.
I'm on the wife carrying bureau. You're on the what?
I will say this, it is more handled like a state fair in that way, where like it's not really like professionals, but like people can sign up anywhere there's this
no
event.
professional wife carrying.
So I would say there's not like a professional in the sense like someone isn't sponsored to wife carry, but there are people who are known as celebrities of wife carrying because they do really well.
That's funny.
In the 2023 course, there's obstacles, very light obstacles, but there in the 2023 course were 2 of them. One of them involved jumping into a pool and swimming your wife across this small pool area.
My God.
And then the other one was getting over a log that looked 3 feet tall. I don't know if there's a regulation for that. It wasn't very clear, but it looked about 3 feet or so. They definitely had to like go over it, you know?
When we get the official rules, do you have those?
There are no official rules. That's kind of the funny part.
So hold on,
Jeez.
well, okay, so carrying, is she allowed to touch the ground? Could I just like caveman style drag her by her hair?
Yeah, actually. So that's actually my next note, so I'm happy you brought that up. Any carry counts. No, every carry counts. So it's not like if you're both on the ground, for example, she cannot get up with you and then run the rest of the course, right? However, in the pool segment, for example, there were times where like the splash clearly pushed the wife off and the wife would have to swim to shore, where they were once again picked up and carried the rest of the way.
I think that makes
I think it's a matter of technique.
Yeah.
I think if she rode me like a horse, and I just got on all fours because I've been like distributing the weight better.
Chris just gallops the whole way.
Right.
I see it. I see it. Well, and I will say, like there were multiple techniques. The most common one was it'd be like two legs wrapped over the neck and like carried above the head, so her head is like dipping down to where my butt would be.
Yeah.
That seemed to be the most common. I was talking with Ash. My fiance is definitely a bit smaller. So I was saying how fireman carrying her might work better for me if I were to be in the sport. Because she's so much lighter and I would have more mobility compared to these other people. It just comes down to the wife, honestly, and like how you have to carry her.
And whatnot. That's what I'm saying, man. Get me on all fours.
Yeah.
That way I've got 4 points of contact for that. Yeah, man.
I will say I love that Ash helped you with this sport. That's so funny to me.
I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, we were both we had a wonderful date night last night, and we did all the research
let me
afterwards.
fireman carry you.
Yeah, that's what we were doing on the date. It was crazy.
Yeah, people in the restaurant were a little weirded out, but whatever.
This year's
Oh my
championship
God,
was in
that's so
Finland.
funny.
I wish I could go to Finland. That'd be fun. I also want to point out this note because I think it's hilarious. It says, we're not looking at athletes, we're looking at athletic couples.
Oh, God.
And that's pretty funny.
So, okay, here's what we need to do. We need to take a tax expensable. I work in taxes. You would think I know what I'm talking about here,
Right.
but we need to take a trip to Europe to participate in these sports and write off as a tax expense.
I mean, technically, once we open an
It's for
LLC,
work
I'm only an American citizen. I'm just going off the laws I was given. Okay. I just my last note also is that there are fails everywhere. We're talking like because Chris is right. It's not easy to carry a person. That's not like something that just is actively something anybody can do. So you'll have people who like get over that first log because there's like kind of 2 of them along the way, and will just fall because it's a lot of weight to carry a very long way. Again, they don't really have a regulated distance. It seems like every course is a bit different. But the one we watched yesterday was like a third of a mile, I'd say. It's not like very long. But that's a third of a mile carrying someone on your shoulders.
That's still a long way to carry.
Maybe a quarter mile. Like I probably am going a little long, but like not really. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, all things considered, I guess. Well, okay, is she allowed to help? Like,
no,
if she was riding, if like she's on top of me like a horse, is she allowed to like grab on the tree and help pull, or is she's just dead weight?
Honestly, like I don't think she would have the ability to, because like you got to remember she's being carried by someone who's actively running, so like
she's
it's
riding
not
me like a horse in my scenario.
I guess if she's on, I'm surprised no one went for the like on top of your shoulders technique. Now that I think about it, maybe that's a banned wife carrying technique that
Too many wives
I just didn't like know about. Yeah, no, none of that piggyback crap. Get that out of here.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't have anything really else to write on this one, honestly, because like I said, it's kind of straightforward as far as like most things go. So what I've decided to do is Ash and I took the final 6 races and we took photos of the 2 people in the race, because each race consists of 2 racers, right? And what I'm going to have y'all do is you have to pick who do you think won the race.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, it's not what I was expecting when you said surprise, but I'm digging it.
So here's our first 2. We got 35 versus 39. Who do you think won? I do have names for the winners, but they're all really dumb.
Fair enough. I'm going to go with the guy on the right. Like, I feel like he's got like Bruce Willis vibes.
I'm going the guy on the left, man. Look at that musculature. He's younger. Gotta go for it, man.
I was gonna say maybe the clothing weight is a factor on 39 as well, because Chris got this. I have it labeled as Green Man, and I'll put it this way: I can't really tell the color on either of them, but I can tell that he's much greener than the other guy. So it's the guy on the left. I also got this person in the background because I just thought their outfit was so ridiculous. They're dressed up, for anyone listening to this part, they're dressed up like a snowman.
No, it looks like a straight jacket.
It does look like a straight jacket.
A straight jacket with almost normal size sleeves.
With like a helmet. right?
Yeah.
'Cause it's not a
Already
hat.
it fits it better. And
Yeah.
it looks like it came straight out of the packaging too. Look at the creases.
Yeah,
I thought it
right.
looked like a gi from like martial arts. It's like a white
Yeah.
gi.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know?
Too. I can definitely
But
see that. But it doesn't have the where you fold it. It looks like just something fold over.
Yeah.
Still very jarring. You know
Love
what I
it.
mean? It was just like, who
Maybe
is
she's,
this?
maybe she's got to be a Carrie E.
Yeah.
Right? Green Man won that though, so it was, Chris was right. So 1 point to Chris Sindor. Here's our next two.
Oh God.
Kind of similar photos. Now that I'm kind of
Yeah, I was gonna say, Homeboy 41's a beefcake.
Yes.
Like,
I do know
I'm
who
gonna
won
go-
this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the guy on the left. I'm gonna go 41.
He looks like he's smiling and having fun. Dude on the right looks like he's struggling. I'm going with 41 on this.
Yeah, you got it wrong. In fact, you know how I know you got it wrong? You can see
You have the
41 behind 40 in his photo.
Oh, you're right.
Dude crushed it. He was like, it's the lean build, and his wife was lean. Like, they were both just endurance people. Like, you could tell marathoners type of people.
Fair enough.
So they were just quick. Like, they rocketed. I have it labeled as spiky pompadour, dude. And now that I'm looking at it, they both have like the same hairstyle.
That's valid.
But the guy on the right won this for sure. We have these two.
Good lord. Hey, that's that straitjacket lady.
It could be, honestly. Now that you say that. Oh my. Wait, I'm going back to that. I'll go. Okay.
I mean,
know
I'm
who
just
won this.
saying.
I have this labeled completely wrong. For anyone watching, I will actually tell you what I have this labeled as beforehand. It's Blue Helmet Woman, which the photos I have are clearly just a dude's head covered in some feet. So Blue Helmet Woman does not help me, but I know who won this.
I'm going to say the person that won is the dude in the red shirt.
Oh,
Both wearing red.
Great. Good one, Chris. Good one.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with the dude on the left. I don't know why.
I'm going to go with the dude on the right just to be obnoxious.
Fair enough.
Somebody's got to win.
Chris won again.
Yeah!
My favorite thing, I can't really get a zoom on this, but the dude on the right, he has this weird, creepy smile, and it's so funny because you can barely see him for those at home. Between his wife's feet, they're kind of like slanted up over his face, but if you peer between like the gap, he's just got
like
the
a creeper.
goofiest looking
It looks like the Joker. Like
it's so funny.
For a second there, like the way her feet are, it looks like he's always doing this with his hands, like Superman.
He's
All right.
riding the Harley. You know, just,
This is our second to last one. I will say these two had the closest race of everyone.
Oh. Right off the bat, 45 looks determined. I like that. But 44 looks like he's smiling and enjoying life.
Fair enough.
Where is that arm coming from on 44?
It's like going around her leg.
That's his arm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I'm going to go with 44 because 45 is using an improper technique.
I don't know. I think that might help him though, because he's like lean forward, so her weight is kind of pushing him forward. I'm gonna go with 45.
Okay. I will tell you right now, 45 got it.
Yes.
Red Riot. However, I do want to point out that Chris is also technically right. Something that happened in this race, 45 is crushing it, right? He gets through the first pool part, and because of how he has her held, she's not drowning in the water, because that was something funny about the people who have the wife tucked behind their back.
I forgot about the pool!
Is their head is like in the water, because like that's how they're being held.
Yeah.
So they're just struggling, and the guys are trying to get up. It's so funny.
Yeah.
That part is hilarious. Yeah, straight up.
They essentially waterboarded themselves during the race.
They actually get wrecked. Like it's really funny. But so I called him Red Riot. Red Riot was going, and he gets to the first log, but because of how he was holding her, he didn't have as much endurance.
Yeah.
She had more weight pushing down, so he ended up like kind of slipping up, and the green dude caught up. But there's that second log, and long story short, we thought the tortoise was gonna get it. The tortoise had the hair beat. The first guy started too quickly, you know. But 45 came back around and ended up winning the race, like very closely.
All right. I mean, hey, I'll take the dub. I haven't won one yet, so that was nice.
Between these two, which one do you think? Which one between these two do you think won?
Noah's helmet looks like a catastrophe. I don't know what's even happening there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because like they look like they're on the ground.
Yeah, they do.
No, they're totally not on the ground in that photo. What do you mean?
With the green one.
I'm going with the people on the ground. They collapsed after winning because they ran so hard.
Nope. I'm sorry, Chris. I took all of these at the beginning of the race because I didn't want to know either. No, they just ended up slipping at the very beginning and then just like panicking and finished like 3.5 minutes later. Green guy definitely won this.
Let's go.
That
Now
initial start's
2-2.
very important. Chris, that initial starting point is so critical in wife carrying. Like on rookie mistake, I understand you didn't watch a 30-minute video like I did, so like I get it.
Randy's a worldwide expert on it now.
Yeah, oh yeah. He watched the whole 30 minutes on it, so he gets it now.
I love the name of this last one. I don't know if I'll know the difference. Oh yeah, here's this. By the way. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it is. It actually is, isn't it?
That's hilarious.
Red Riot, are you two okay?
Yeah. You want me to both of you?
I need media passes for this so that I can watch
Yes,
it
we
up close.
do. Yes, we fucking. Oh my god.
I'll send you all the video after. It's a very fun watch. Ash and I were as a fan of. I watched the Marble Olympics. That's a separate thing from all of this. I'll probably do an episode on it.
Yes, yeah. We're gonna.
But I'm into. Yeah, I'm into weird competitions. You know.
Yeah.
And like this was like itching that scratch. It was great.
Okay.
Wife carrying was very fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I agree with Chris though. We should definitely do the Marble Olympics bonus content over Christmas break.
All right, and I got you on the last two. I love what I
cake.
I don't know. Well, I guess inherently I'm gonna go with 49 because his wife looks puny.
Yes, she does.
So like, but he's also puny. So I don't know. Oh God, yeah, I'm going with 49.
I will say 48 seems like he's winning overall, but not.
Yes,
in
he's winning the game of life. Yes.
Yes, sir. What did you guess, Chris? Just to like make sure I have everyone's guessing.
48.
Okay, you're guessing. Right. Yeah, okay. 49 won this. And not only did 49 win this, I believe he's the overall winner of 2023. I want to tell you what I have him labeled as because it's really, really funny. I have him labeled as his name is probably Curtis. And that's just how yesterday having a couple of drinks after a bit of wife carrying watching, that's just how I decided to make the difference on that. and I know which one I'm talking. 49.
Randy's dating up to the best.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Randy,
dude, wife carrying. I will.
Let's get drunk and watch wife carrying. Wife carrying chill.
I'm telling you, we watched a lot of weird competitions after that. Like my corgi racing was another one. We watched a bunch of that yesterday.
That would be a super cute.
Yeah, we had a bunch of really fun little rabbit holes yesterday. But wife carrying started it all. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I got. Congratulations, y'all are wife carrying experts.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, I'm really, really excited for this next, part after the commercial break. So, my cousin Abby Herndon is gonna come on, and we're gonna do an interview. We're gonna play some games. She's gonna critique our softball skills. It's gonna be absolutely insane, and we're gonna do that right after this.
If you're only watching, or if you're only listening to this on audio, you're gonna miss all this stuff that's coming up. Trust me, you're gonna want to see us. You're gonna want to see that video of us playing ball. That was so much fun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That is the truth.
Sportsballogy on YouTube, y'all.
All right. Bye for now, everybody. I love you. And now for a quick look behind the scenes.
Bang in a orangutan, orgy in a zoo. You never heard that?
No.
You've never heard that?
Never.
I'm not joking. Brandy, have you ever heard that?
No.
Oh. Thought about coming back.
No.
We need to clip that.
No.
This has been Behind the Scenes with Sportsballogy. Now back to the program.
All right. right, we're back. Joe can't stop dying over here.
No,
so
I am the most utmost professional ever. Geez. Okay, welcome back. We have our special guest with us. Abby, how are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
right.
I literally cannot keep it together for this episode, and I don't know what's wrong with me. But it's fine. Everything is fine. So, Abby, why don't you tell our guests, our wonderful people that actually watch the show. Hold on. There's people that watch this show?
46 last I checked.
46.
Yeah.
Wow, those are rookie numbers. We got to bump those up. So, yeah, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself?
My name is Abby Herndon. I'm from Florence, Alabama. I'm a left-handed pitcher, and I'm committed to Ole Miss to play.
Woo!
I like long walks on the beach.
If you like treeing. No, what?
So you say you play baseball or softball.
Good lord.
Softball. I play baseball. Used to. What position do you play?
I'm a pitcher.
Yeah, she's a
You're a
pitcher.
pitcher.
She said that.
Did she?
Left-handed pitcher.
Oh, she did. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, ADHD.
Yeah, well, it happens,
It's that
especially
episode.
today's episode.
Right.
Good God. All right. Goodness. All right. So let's get right into it. We definitely want to talk about softball, and obviously, our show is kind of geared around those individuals who may not exactly be super into sports. And so I do got to ask, in your opinion, obviously you're an SEC level caliber pitcher. What is the hardest aspect of your sport in your opinion?
Definitely as a pitcher, I'd say the mental game, just because softball is a sport of failure, and you got to know that competing at the high level. And I think the mental game is so hard because it takes so many reps to get good at. I think it takes way more to get good at the mental game than the physical game.
So, in other words, we would not be good at softball.
No, I think our video proved that. Abby's probably going to tell us just her professional opinion on that one.
Yeah, she's probably sitting there thinking to herself, like, why did I agree to this? I have no idea. And honestly, I don't blame you for thinking that at all. So with that, being the hardest aspect, then like, what is your mindset on game days? Like, is there any like game rituals that you have, or any superstitions that you buy into, or are you one of those people who just like doesn't believe in superstitions at all?
Superstitions that I have been doing for years, like I'll wear the same ribbon every game. It's an orange ribbon for school ball. And my warm-up is always the same. Like, I'll start at the same time. Like, the whole routine is always the same.
Okay, I like that one.
Yeah, that's fair. But you'll have to change the ribbon out because you going to Ole Miss, it can't be orange anymore. It's got to be red or blue.
Maybe the underside could be orange.
Because so that's right. Yeah, because your high school is Brooks High School. Got it right. Okay, yeah, and they're orange and black, right? Okay, all right.
So, I played baseball back in the day, and until a couple of years ago, I just assumed that softball had the same rules.
Mm-hmm.
The only rule that I know that is different is that you're not allowed to steal bases, or I think even lead off in softball. But that said, what are some of the weirdest or strangest rule changes between the two for you? Like, what do you think would throw your game off the worst if it was changed to a baseball type rule?
Probably, yeah, the leadoffs, like in baseball, is kind of weird because our bases are so much shorter. Like, ours is 60 feet and baseball's is 90. So I guess that's...
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. That'd probably be...
I didn't realize that it was that much of a difference.
Yeah.
30 feet is a lot.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, like, that's a lot. That's a lot of feet.
Yeah.
I was going to try to make a joke there, but I am not the comedy guy. All right. If you could have, like, the generic fan or the generic person who may not know a lot about softball, if you could get them to understand something better about the sport, what would it be and why?
There's probably a lot, but the first thing that came to mind was, like, when you go 0 for 3 in a game or, like, pop up with a bat, Like, you don't purposely mean to do that. I feel like a lot of people get mad or think it's easier than it is.
I used to do that crap a lot.
So you've had people actually blame you for like accuse you of purposely throwing a game or something, or what do you mean by that?
Just yelling out random stuff when you're doing bad, or just like your teammates and stuff. Like,
when you say 0-3, are you talking about your pitch count or your game count?
Like the hitters count, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant they were accusing you of throwing 3 games in a row. Like, wow.
Look.
Like, I already did the 1919 World Series report.
Hey, man, we're respectable. We will only throw maybe 1, maybe 2, but never 3 in a row.
3, that's too suspicious.
All right, that's too suspicious.
Yeah,
that's too much. We gotta keep it together.
Right.
That's too many, man.
Abby, if you could choose any sponsor, who would it be and why?
Definitely my favorite restaurant, Cracker Barrel.
Oh my god.
I love it.
That's hilarious.
I'm all about it. Yo, Cracker Barrel, where's that sponsorship money? Let's go.
I think Abby's gonna have to make an appearance in the Demon game.
the NIL needs Cracker Barrel, come calling right now.
Right.
Well, and it's funny because in the last interview that I did with Abby, I asked her like what is her favorite like game day restaurant to like go to when she's on the road, and like she straight up was like Cracker Barrel all the way, like let's go. I love it.
Lunch and dinner there.
Dude, I will say the pancakes at Cracker Barrel slap. Like that's not even a lie.
Yeah. I've only been there a couple of times, and I don't know if they make you wait in the gift shop every time before eating.
Pretty much, yeah. Unless you get there when it's like not busy at all.
Yeah. That was just weird. I've never been forced to wait in a gift shop for a restaurant before.
It is weird though. Hold on. Like, wait a minute. Like,
they sell all sorts of random toys that you would not want kids playing with if you're trying to eat in the restaurant.
Oh my god, imagine somebody gets like one of those toys that like makes a crap load of noise, and then you're like sitting next to them, and like
one of those clacker balls.
or like one of the like hook things where it like extends your arm out a little bit. Like, imagine them like reaching over to your table and like stealing a plate and then bringing it back to yours.
I'm just trying to get the sugar.
Oh god. All right, we got to get it back together. All right.
Do we?
I don't know how to like segue into another question after that.
Oh, okay, then I will.
Okay. All right, that works.
All right. So, when's the last time that you purposely hit a batter?
I don't think I've ever purposely hit one, but
Doesn't think so. She's not sure. So, have you ever seen anybody charge the mound before? Because I always hear about that. I see it every now and then in baseball, but has that ever happened? Have you ever witnessed this?
No.
Okay.
I feel like softball, they would just like the bench would taunt you because they like sing or whatever, or like do chants in the dugout.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like that's what would happen. They would just like absolutely roast you on the bench. Like they would just put you into a song and just like make you feel sorry that way.
Yeah.
Well, fair. Fair. You can get punched once and it's over in 30 seconds, but it's immortalized in the song.
So, okay, all right. I've always wanted to know because I was a terrible hitter. Like I'm not gonna lie. I like let's be honest here. Like, what about hitting makes it so daggum difficult?
I think it's because no pitcher is the same. Like you could be facing somebody throwing like 55 one day and like upper 60s the next day, and if you're just like 1/10 of a second late or early, like it could change the whole result.
Yeah, and even if they're both throwing fastballs, the fastball is probably going to be different.
Well, that's fair. And then even, like, hitting isn't the same. Like, no matter how much you want it to be, like, you can try to, like, mimic that same stance over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, if you get tired, your arm slot might lower a little bit. And, yeah.
The hardest ones for me to hit are the like, when they arc. Like, when we were hitting,
Yeah.
They were arcing, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not used to this, and so I'm like trying to like swing up, and I just wanted to just throw it as hard as you can at me. That's how I need it.
That's fair. Yeah, I cannot wait to show Abby the video of us attempting to play softball, which you're gonna have to judge us in a little bit, because it is magically horrible.
Okay, in our defense, that field is muddy as hell. And there is a specific moment where you can see exactly how muddy this field is. We have saved that one for last. That was funny. I laughed my whole way through that.
Yep. Spoiler alert: Chris gets covered in mud. So, with you being a pitcher, do you game plan differently based on the batter, or do you primarily leave that up to the catcher? Because I know the catcher does a lot of that, kind of studying and whatnot.
I think it's more of a thing in baseball for catchers to call, but in softball, pitching coaches are usually the ones that call in game. But
so there's somebody like on the side of the field giving you signals of what to throw?
Yeah, you'll usually have like a wristband, and they'll call out different numbers, and you'll have to read the signs and stuff, or they'll do like signs on their body or something.
Okay, look, all I'm saying is just don't let Michigan get involved.
I was about to say, wasn't there some dude? We should like, well, yeah.
Too soon? That was last week. We covered that one in the last Sportsballogy episode. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it.
That was funny, dude. Using his own name, that guy's an idiot. Michigan.
Can you tell we don't like Michigan on this show?
How many? All right, Abby. How many home runs have you hit?
Oh. I don't.
That many, huh?
Bucket full.
A bucket full. Okay, we'll just take that as about 700.
8,000. Okay. That's what I heard.
Yeah. 700 must have been our batting average. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that would make sense if she said 8,000 homers. Yeah. I mean, oh my God, that's still a lot. I hit like maybe one my entire life. Like she's got a whole
you're
bucket.
Missing out. Like, yeah. That was like the one. Well, not the one thing. I was really good at it. Has anyone ever called a shot? Like called like, hey, I'm gonna hit it over like Babe Ruth. I love doing that when I played, and the only 2 times I ever did it, I hit a home run to where I called.
I mean, that's fair, but you only played what, Little League? Like,
yeah, I played Little League on up through high school.
Hey, that works. Right.
No, nobody's ever called a shot that I know of, unless they did it when I was like turned around or something.
Okay, all right, hold on. But what would your mindset be if someone did?
I'd probably try to hit them.
I was gonna say
Let's
welcome.
Go.
All right. I love the killer instinct.
She's like, go ahead, call your shot. I dare you.
I would call my shot right at your dome.
Watch out, SEC. You got a killer on your hands. Oh man. All right. What is the hardest position on the softball field, and why?
I think pitching's hard, like as an individual, but on the field, I'd probably say a catcher, because they're involved in every play, and they got to communicate with their defense every play, and it's just, if they're off, the whole game feels off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I could agree with that. What if the person who was catching didn't know how to communicate, though? What if they had a severe lack of communication skills?
There'd probably be a lot of runs scored.
Just have a little aside. Hey, we're gonna have a powwow for a minute.
We need a little drum circle on the mound. Good Lord.
That would be funny.
Yeah, it would be pretty funny. Oh God.
So what is your ERA, your earned run average now, and what is your goal?
So I'll go by school ball. My last school ball ERA was .92.
Okay.
Good God, what?
Okay, so just because I would like to flex my sportsballogy muscles here, I know that means that you gave up on average .92 earned home runs, not walks and whatnot. Is that correct?
Well, just runs in general.
Oh, so even if you walk 4 people and they score that way, that's an earned run?
Yes.
So then what is not an earned run? Why do they even call it that then?
Not an earned run.
God, dude, I was so excited that I had this.
All right, and I'm going from a baseball knowledge, and it might be a little different, but for the most part, it's runs that the pitcher gives up essentially like on purpose. Obviously, nothing's on purpose, but like your earned runs are the ones that come across when the pitcher has given up a hit, given up a walk, something along those lines. But it's an unearned run if the defense screws up.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, let's say you pitch, the catcher drops the ball, runner steals first, third base steals home. That's an unearned.
That would be technically an unearned run. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So
it's
just,
not.
If they're going to score, Abby, just make sure that's how it happens.
No, but with that being said, so the math part of how they get that, and the reason why I like crapped for a second was 0.92 ERA means that over the course of an average of a 9-inning game.
Yeah.
Or no, softball 7, right?
Softball 7.
Okay. So, which is almost crazier because that's less innings.
Right.
Yeah. So over the course of a 7-inning game, on average, she gives up 0.92 runs.
Right.
So that means that she gives up less than 1 run a game.
So I had that right. I just had a wrong definition of what an earned run is.
Correct. Yeah, we got there in the end, though, and that's the part that's important.
And that's what the show is all about, is getting there in the end.
Yeah. It's not about, it's not about the finish. It's about the journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to talk about Ole Miss. Why Ole Miss? What about it makes it such a great place, and why did you pick Ole Miss?
I'd say the biggest draw was how far it was away from home. It's only about 2.5 hours, and it's all through the country. And the coaching staff. I love all the coaches.
I thought you were going the other way. It's like, I'm going to get as far away from home as possible.
No, she's far away from us, Chris.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
I mean, I'm trying to work on my communication skills here.
Yeah, I mean, you did visit several other schools, though. And yeah, so like, what was it that Ole Miss had that the other schools didn't?
All the schools I visited really had good coaching staffs, but I think at the point when I was making my decision, it was how far away from home I was going. Because I visited Georgia, loved everything about it, but it was about 5 hours from home and a drive through Atlanta. So
I don't blame her on that one either. Atlanta is not a fun city to drive in.
No.
You would have to have a death wish in order to enjoy driving in that city.
I love driving in Atlanta.
Oh man. Okay. This one's kind of a fun one. What is the first thing you plan on doing when you get to campus outside of obviously moving in?
Yeah, I probably should walk around and find all my classes, but I'm definitely going to scope out all the best places to eat.
There you go.
Oh, Ranger, hell yeah.
Find the local Cracker Barrel.
Right? Yeah. Find the local Cracker Barrel and ingratiate yourselves with them.
Actually, I don't think Oxford has a Cracker Barrel.
Well,
no!
There you go. There you go. I mean, they'll see this show and see how much of a super fan you are.
Yeah.
And it's like we have literally double-digit viewers.
Hey, sometimes we have triple digits, okay? We're moving up in the world. We're building blocks, Legos. I love Legos.
It's Lego.
Lego? Oh, there's no S?
There's no S.
Wow.
I call it Legos.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is a revolting development for me.
Yeah.
We're going okay. All right. Well, the video for a minute. Okay.
That was
all right.
fun.
That was interesting.
I don't know what that was.
Well, we're going to pretend it didn't happen. Yeah.
Hey. Okay, so are there any particular batters that stick out in your mind? Like, oh, here comes this person up to the plate again.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Definitely because they always find a way to get a hit, like no matter what.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
that would get on my nerves too. Like, just get out, Jesus!
Is there like a particular batting average that you pay attention to? Like, oh crap, this person's got like a 0.3 batting average or something. I need to watch out for them. Anything like that?
Yeah, sometimes we'll look at Game Changer and look at stats and see who their good hitters are. So, yeah.
Now, I mean, you didn't hear this from me, but you could just go kneecap their players if that's what you're
Oh
doing.
God!
I mean, we talk about this every episode.
Yeah. I don't know why it catches me off guard every time that you make the joke. Jeez. Oh goodness.
You better watch out, Abby's enemies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it is close to Christmas. You could just, you better watch out. You better cry because Abby's coming to town.
And she'll show you why.
Oh goodness. All right. I think it's time for a break. You got one more?
No.
No?
Just, aw.
Oh, yeah, sad face. All right. Yeah, so we're going to take a break. We will be back when we come back. Abby is going to judge our softball skills, and then we're going to play a little bit of a game, and it's going to be awesome. We will be right back.
Oh, God. Okay.
And, commercial will...
Will virus knock you out this winter? Will your sacroiliac snap out of place in the spring?
Yeah,
just like the single tone in the background while the dude's probably talking.
Yeah.
Boy, and break a bone in the and while you moan at home, or
We like the music, Randy. We love it. It's our favorite part of the commercial break.
It
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not the professional, but I'm here to judge with Abby because I think.
Oh, all right. I'm
He
down.
just like judging people.
He just
Yeah, I
likes
do. I'm a professional. I'm a professional judgy person. You know what I mean? So.
Literal all-purpose judgment passing here.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't realize I didn't have the fade out on that track, so that's really funny.
Just kind of cut out.
Yeah, I there's a button to press for it, and I just totally ignored the fact that exists. So here we are.
Yeah.
But we have a compilation for you that is 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
Oh wow, I was way off.
It's all good, music included, but what we're gonna do, it kind of, they do their wonderful little intro into our new segment that we're introducing to everybody. But then after that,
baby, I'm very proud of that name.
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah.
And then, oh, my bad, friends.
Oh, you're good.
Long story short, starts with a bunch of throwing and catching, just very basic clips of that, and then we get into the fun stuff with the hitting the baseball, pitching to each other, followed by an interesting ending, and I'm not spoiling that. So
We kind of did.
only halfway.
Halfway.
So I'm gonna pull over my desktop, so I'm actually looking at the camera now. Isn't that
Have
the
you seen this edit
smartest
yet?
thing?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
All right. We're all seeing this for the first time.
Yeah, this is okay.
Yep. So enjoy, everybody.
To play soft. So we're going to attempt to play softball.
Thanks for the wind, by the way. Oh yeah, there it is.
Video, you're gonna have to let us know if we made the team or not.
It's our first video for unsportsmanlike conduct, baby.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, so here's our first clip to judge. But honestly, not the worst underhanded pitch I've seen from somebody who doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I had a couple good ones here before I actually go to throw to him.
I know. And then Abby can throw like close to 80.
Well, we're just learning.
Right.
Had a solid throw there.
Yeah. Olivia's got the best arm, obviously.
Look at how muddy that field is right now.
Oh yeah, they had rain like all day the day before, the day of.
Shout out our audio fans here listening to a song I made myself. Just want to put that out there. Called Bandicoot.
Oh, those are.
Little arcing.
Yeah, well, I tried to do like one of the fake throws, but it didn't quite work, and I still wanted to throw it here. Not every joke lands. So.
I'll pause when we get to batting.
Okay.
All right. So that was the throwing and catching segment. A good first half of the video. Any comment, Abby?
I honestly think you guys had some shortstop potential.
I love playing shortstop in third.
Oh, hey, this works. I don't know I'm the biggest one, but we'll call it a day.
Because you're the most beautiful, Randy.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Queen Abby.
Bring Randy back.
Shortstop potential, though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the footwork was there. The transfers were quick.
God, we'll have a professional team before we know
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I was an outfielder. I don't know what you expect me to do.
Like, if you watch the full video, you'll see me commenting like, "You're even crow hopping."
I'll tell you right now. I don't know what college, or I know the college you're going to, but they better watch out because we got a team right here that's about to like light it up. Tell you what.
7 more players.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to play the second half of this video, starting with a very professional bat transfer. I just want to show you this real quick because I think you're going to get a good old kick out of this one.
Remember when I said, not all jokes land?
Here he goes. Let's go, Chris.
I meant for these to be
I just wanted to show like attempts were made, you know. Katie got some cracks on this one.
Yeah, she did. She did the best out of all of us.
Wanted to show
look
Chris.
at that graphical fidelity.
You were saying
They're gonna be
earlier it's a
swinging
lot
it
harder
all
to
in.
do.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I was throwing to you, they were great. Then I go to actually pitch to you.
Oh, in the finale. I got slow-mo for you too, don't worry. For the record, made the throw. Like, just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing. Like I'm on the ground because I'm laughing so hard right there.
So yeah, I do want to point out you had mentioned earlier that hitting is like a very difficult thing to do, and so like I think that video is a really good representation of that. That you can't just like get up and do that. Like you have to actually practice to get to a certain level.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that my actual hit didn't make it into that, and I'm not happy about it.
No reason that didn't happen. Definitely not bad editing on my end. What do you mean?
All right, Abby, which one of us would you fear the most on if we were a batter?
I think Joey definitely had the better front tosser.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I don't.
Like Chris was throwing better pitches.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, you had the better. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So, me?
Yeah.
Ooh,
My
Chris
pitching
is the
was so much better than your
champion.
my batting's better.
Hey, well, it happens. Okay, look, all I'm saying is I hit a home run. You fell in the mud. I think I'm the winner.
Because you started running when we weren't ready for it.
No, actually, I give Chris points again for the record. He made the throw out of a fall. And it might not have been the best throw, but like the fact he even went for the attempt afterwards, like credit where credit's due.
He looked like a leader out there.
That's what I mean. Like, you either quit or you don't, and he didn't quit. So, like,
That's true. There is a video that I sent Randy. I don't know if because he didn't add it in the video, but we go around the aftermath of what he fell.
I didn't. I forgot that even existed.
Yeah, you could go. Yeah, like we walk around, just all the chaos that happened in that little spot while I'm slipping.
We'll send it to Abby after the video wraps, and it'll be a good time.
Bonus content for the YouTube channel as well. That's crazy. I don't.
Crazy.
Holy
Check out
moly!
the YouTube channel for bonus content. Sportsballogy on YouTube. We got like 5 followers. I mean,
Speaking of bonus, speaking of bonus content, I think it's time we got into a contest real quick.
Okay, all right.
I think you know the contest we're talking about.
Yes, please tell me
The one
more.
in the notes, the scary contest, the one where I name a bunch of teams and y'all just got to figure out what the logo looks like.
Oh, that's a fun
Tell me
contest.
more.
So here's the deal. I got 3 teams. Last time we did 2 teams, didn't we?
Yeah,
You did
yeah.
too.
Now we got
This time we got 3. This
But it
time
was
we
so
got
hilarious, we want to increase the yucks by 50%.
we got 3 good teams. We got a good old soccer team here to start off with, a good a good little dabble into the world of soccer, followed by 2 hockey teams because I found a list of the 51 scariest top hockey team logos, and like I'm in. That's awesome. Like what, you know.
All I can say is I was bad at drawing before. I feel like I'm worse now, so this is going to be great.
I also should pull up a timer, so I'm going to use my phone.
We should put like
for
the
that.
O4 tuna.
I literally just did that.
Hey,
That's what we think of it. Like be like overly dramatic about this.
I will say for the record, it is. I'm pretty sure it is copyright free. So
I think it is. I've seen it on a ton of stuff.
okay, so our first team for today's wonderful logo battle is going to be Missile FC Soccer Club.
Oh God. Okay. all right.
Missile FC
Missile
Soccer Club.
M-I-S-S-L-E.
What?
How do you spell missile? M-I-S-S-L-E? Like a
I think
regular missile?
so. I don't. Yeah, that's however you spell missile. You know. And the time has started now.
You started it late again.
See, I can draw a missile. I can draw war stuff.
Uh,
Although it looks kind of like a penis.
Ooh. And while we're sitting here watching, or I guess in my case, watching these people draw away while the time ticks away, I will peruse the vocabulary in my brain to find the words to tell y'all thank you. I just want to thank everyone who shows up to this podcast. We put a lot more work into it than it might look like sometimes, and a lot less work than it looks like other times. So, like, whatever credit y'all want to give us, but that's not really the point. The fact is that we really appreciate you showing up to this podcast, and we want to continue doing this. So, your continued support is necessary, it is needed, and it is loved by us. Any interaction, if you have sports you want to talk about, if you have different stories you think would be really funny for us to cover, feel free to leave that in the comments. We are totally open to not doing our work. So, like, that's a really easy way to do that. No, I'm kidding. Of course, we'll research stuff outside of you guys. But long story short, we just really appreciate everyone's support who comes to this. And we want you to know that this is a community about sports and learning about that, and that we appreciate you. And that's about it. Speaking of being about it, that's a minute. That's 90 seconds.
Since we're talking about it, I do read the comments on YouTube thing. Not that we have any comments, but I at least check.
Yeah, no, I check them as well, and like, it's something that we're open to, like, keeping with people. So, like, while we have an amazing community, keep on showing up. We'll keep doing what we can to help you guys out.
We're not just talking at you, dog.
For the record, I spelled it wrong. Don't judge me.
Now, that being said, I think we're gonna start with Abby,
Okay. All right.
as she's the first one up. Ooh,
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good.
I love it. I like the soccer ball on top.
A rocket, some flames, shooting a soccer ball up.
Oh, is this a soccer ball? I thought it was supposed to be the Earth.
It could. Oh, they're blowing up the earth.
I mean, come on.
It's a galactic soccer ball.
You know, Abby, softball, world domination, like, one of the two, like.
They just go hand in hand. One feed right to the other.
Yep.
That's the ones. All right, I guess, Joe, you are up next.
Yeah.
What is your
yeah.
Missile FC
Okay.
drawing?
All right, I did that. Yes, I know I spelled it wrong, but we're also writing in Sharpie. So
No, you didn't.
like,
I'm pretty
get
sure it's
over
spelled
it.
correctly.
No, in
Yeah,
the
he missed the second
MISSILLE.
Oh, it is
I spelled
I-L-E,
it wrong. I
yeah.
just realized I spelled it wrong
You
when I was asking. And that's how I spelled it.
Yeah, it is MISSILE, like missile. Well, so for everybody listening to the podcast, we just want to let you know that thank God you're hearing audio, because we are not a spelling podcast. We are a sports podcast. Chris, what's your logo look like? What are we looking at?
Oh, I love it.
I actually really like that one. That might be my favorite of the group as far as he did say he could draw military stuff. I just want to point out that is
the V2 rocket.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that is the first thing he said. All three of them are good, and all three of them got the idea. I'm glad I did this as a warm up, right?
Yeah.
So here is what we're looking at.
Okay.
Hey, you
Okay.
know,
I
Right?
think we kind of all hit around that. Yours might
Yeah.
be the closest, though.
I mean,
Yours might be the closest just because of the orientation of the rocket.
that's true. It is. pretty
That's
much
true.
the same.
And you do have writing. I mean, I have writing,
Yeah.
but mine just says room, room, bitch.
I'll say this: if I were doing creative points, I'm hitting Abby. But if we're going the closest, Joe wins.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll
So
take
that
it
was
back.
Should I
round
add
one.
Putin into mine? I was thinking about adding Putin into mine.
That would have been hilarious. You would have won creative points. I'll give you that.
I don't know how well I could draw a shirtless man on a bear, though.
Ooh, or on a missile.
Man on a missile. Oh,
All right.
God, that's
So we're gonna
terrible.
get into number 2, and number 2 is a logo from my wonderful hometown. I've actually gone against this team on a few occasions. That would be the Minnesota Magicians.
Oh goodness.
Now, which wizard sleeve do I draw?
We got to go for the Minnesota Magicians. Time has started. And now I'm going to tell everybody a story why these people draw, because we need to waste 90 seconds.
God help us all.
There once was a moose named Hazoo. And Hazoo had a gas problem. And we're not talking burps, we're talking out the other end. Now, poor Hazoo, he didn't know what to do about his gas problem. So one day he consulted his doctor. So one day he consulted his doctor about his gas problem. And the doctor said, you know what, you need to... Joe, don't question my story. Draw. You have 90 seconds.
My wizard here, because he now has a gas problem. Like, you're gonna... No. All right.
Hazoo took the doctor's advice that I didn't get into because I'm not a doctor. and he went, and it only made the gas worse. In fact, it made it explosive. And Hazoo had to figure out what to do. So one day he went to the local construction crew and said, hey, I think I have a way to solve your problem, because the construction crew had a demolition wrecking ball thing that wasn't working. And he said, I'm going to blow this wall using my butt cheeks. And so, with his explosive gas the doctor gave him, he became the one who took out all of the skyscrapers in Manhattan after the Third World War. And we are at 90 seconds, everybody.
Word.
I hope everyone listening enjoyed my story. I wrote that over a couple of years, so I just want to, like... I want everyone to know, I'm editing, we're making it work, but the ideas are there, clearly. Chris, I guess we're starting on you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hold on, Professor, hold on.
Hold on. He's
You're
cheating.
drawing still.
Putting star time! All right. Your story really, I could not concentrate. And so, my wizard has gas.
That's okay. He's cute. He's so cute. I love him. Aw,
He's
that's a
very
great
much in
wizard.
distress here.
Yeah, he does kind of look in distress.
I would also like to point out for the record, it is the magicians, not the wizards, but we're not going to get into that. I got you. Mister.
What I was thinking, dude, don't tell stories during this.
He said magicians, wizards. I got that. Abby, I guess you're up next. Ooh.
Like
Ooh.
with the two M's in the middle.
Yeah. I like that. That's I will say, as far as if we're doing the closest goes, you missed by a mile. But
Oh no!
I'm here for the innovation. Like, I'm here for the, look, the magicians have a dope logo, but if you're looking for a secondary logo, I think us on Sportsballogy just found it through Abby. All I'm saying. Joe, we're hitting up you. What do the Minnesota Magicians look like? You went just for the straight hat. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a weird story. Yeah.
I like the hat. I like it. There's a little pom-pom on top. You do know Minnesota enough to add the pom-pom. I see you
Yep,
there.
that's true. I did live there for a little while.
Hat, dang straight you did.
Drawn hats.
All right. All right, I'm gonna show the logo. I think Chris got this for the record.
The
You'll see
wizard!
why in a minute. But here's the logo itself. And Chris won because
I
there's a
did draw
face.
guy.
You did draw a guy.
Yeah, as far as it all goes, Chris has a face.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And see, that guy
I give
looks
that.
like he's suffering from explosive gas as well.
Yes, he does. For the record, this logo goes hard. That is a dope
Yeah, it
logo.
does.
I do like that. But, I mean, he looks very sinister, like he's the bad guy.
Yeah, okay.
It's because he is the bad guy. It's hockey. That team went and beat people's butts all day. They said, "Oh, you scored on me? Oh, buddy, I'm going to throw you right into the rink and show your family who the man is in the relationship." Tell you
Oh,
what.
yeah, you betcha.
I don't know why I said all that, but fuck, or screw it.
You almost went there.
No, you mean almost went there.
Yeah, I definitely went there, but we're not talking about it. What was that? The random beep I have to find in editing later? That's crazy. All right, so we got one last team, everybody. We are hitting the Las Vegas Flash.
What in the world?
Oh,
The Las Vegas Flash.
PG,
Chris,
pictures, everybody.
oh yeah, I didn't even start timer. Y'all got extra time. And in the meantime, I was told not to tell stories, so I got to figure out what to do. I don't know what to do. What exactly should I do? There's a lot of things I could do, but like, what is do? And how do you do? Vsauce here. No, I'm just... the possibilities are endless of what I could do to fill this segment in. Like, I could just leave. That is a possibility. It's not one I'm choosing to do, but again, what do you do to do? Everybody loves to do, but no one loves do. So
You gotta
do. Oh, so if you do, are you number twoing the do? Chris has resorted to singing to distract. So if you hear soft singing, Abby is focused. I see how she's a professional in all of this.
Where's the
Abby,
undo button?
Abby, if you stay that focused through your entire life, you're going to be going places. So keep doing that. I see you.
You'll also have very, very wrinkled forehead. So.
No furrowed brow focus, I want to point out. That is incorrect in this case. But I do see what you're saying.
She's still super young. Give it like 20 years.
No furrowed brow. Also, it's been 94 seconds because I gave y'all an extra 4 because I'm that nice.
Oh, thank God I needed it.
Yeah, right.
So, we had the Las Vegas Flash. And because I set this up correctly, Joe will be first. Joe.
That's what I went
That's
with.
a dank logo. It's not the right one, but I actually like that more than this one.
Hey!
I do want to point out that is a super cool logo. And now I get a bully. Who do I get a bully next? You know what? Interviewee, you're going up second again. It just makes it funnier. You know what I mean? It's for comedy. Ooh!
I
You
like
got
that.
the fill in with the Sharpie? Yeah. No. I thought you were a softball player. What are you doing, like, not going to art school? What the heck? Abby, we gotta...
Class.
You gotta talk to your counselor, my friend. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Chris, what does your logo look like?
Like crap.
That's cool. Hey, it looks like doo-doo. Hey, no, that's okay.
It's literally just the Flash logo.
Admittedly, I don't think you guys might have to choose the winner amongst yourselves because you all missed by like 10 miles on this one.
Oh no!
For the record, I actually like all 3 of yours more because the original logo is rough. It's a good one. Here's the Las Vegas Flash. Okay.
It looks like a lion head, like had a baby with a hedgehog, and it's reaching for the word lash.
Is this a roller derby team?
Yeah, no, this is a hockey team.
No.
Yeah, this is like before the Golden Knights hockey team. Like the Golden Knights had to come from somewhere, and it's unfortunately this poor guy right here.
What is their mascot's name?
I was hope not something along the lines Flashy, because that probably gets a lot of controversy.
Flasher.
Yeah, he's a flashy. Flashes.
He's just that thing in a trench coat.
He's horrifying, is what he is.
Big facts.
I think it's the large soulless pupil in the middle of his eye. Like, he's not looking at anything in particular. He just kind of wild eye.
Well, that's my logos, everybody.
Okay, hold on. I thought there was a secret one that I had sprung on you guys for the Russian one. What's the Russian one, man? Let's do that one.
I didn't upload it.
We'll save it for next time. It's okay.
Yeah.
Abby,
I know the one you're...
next time.
Yeah.
Kick you off.
No, I was like, what? Like,
oh no!
Oh God. No, for the record, that one is really cool. I just didn't want to announce the name right now because I know last time I didn't say anything in English and y'all got mad. And I didn't want to get yelled at, okay?
Man,
No, I got mad. I
just wanted to punch you.
I don't want to get punched.
We love our producer. We would never abuse Randy.
I love abusing Randy.
No, not at all.
Anyways, thank you for taking part in this absolute chaos of an episode. Oh,
I think at this point we just need to call it chaos of a show. This is the running theme that we have here. Hey, Abby, do you want to read off our stuff there?
No, God, you're gonna make Abby do it?
I don't want to do it.
Okay, we're gonna do it this way. We're just gonna say, follow our friends of at Legacy Maker Sports Network on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever the heck we're calling it now.
X,
Instagram,
thank you.
YouTube, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And then definitely give us a follow on our YouTube page, Sportsballogy. That's where you're going to find all of our content and all of our bonus content, including we do cut the individual interviews, and we're going to make our own little playlist for that and things of that nature. And then we're going to start making some bonus content and stuff and whatnot to throw in there. So definitely follow Sportsballogy. Otherwise, Abby, thank you for coming on the show. This has been awesome. Okay. I hands down favorite interview I've ever done. Yeah, Xavier.
I'm sorry. It sounded like she was about to praise us. What were you about to say, Abby?
This was really fun.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, that's the vibe of today's episode. All right, thanks guys for watching. We will catch y'all next time. Because of Christmas, I'm not exactly sure when next time will be, but it's going to be at some point in the near future. It's going to be awesome. We've got a lot of great content coming for you. We'll catch you next time.
We're going to make Joe play Santa on his lap.
Oh, no.
We love you. Especially you, Jonathan. I don't know who Jonathan is, but he's about to be like, what the hell? How did they know me?
Okay, that was fun. All right, so then we'll cut it there.
All right, Chris. Let's try this one more time.